Hey guys, I'm Sean Hammond with PremierGuitar.com. We're at Winter NAMM 2018 in Anaheim, talking to Chris Benson of Benson Amplification. This is our last appointment of the show. We're kind of stoked, but we're glad to end it on such a cool note. Chris, this is a new collaboration with Ryan Adams and Joel Court from Chase Bliss Audio, right?
That's right. So this is our, pardon me. So this is the Sorcerer Amp. It's 15 watts, two 6v6 power tubes, cathode biased, and it's all hand wired tube amp, except we got Joel to develop a Bucket Brigade digitally controlled analog chorus module. That's also, it could do tremolo as well. There's a switch on the back. But since Ryan really likes using chorus a lot, me and Joel worked with Ryan to kind of voice the chorus to his liking, and that's what's included in the amp. And that's right in the front of the circuit. So that would be right where like a chorus pedal would sit in your signal chain, except it's internal to the amplifier.
Now, yesterday when I came by, and Mason, who's playing for us here, Mason Stoops, has been in like 4,000 P-Cheat videos before. I think Mason said something about, did Ryan actually say something like he wanted it to be kind of like a JC120, or was that, but obviously a JC120 sounds way different, but like a tube version of a JC120?
Well, I mean, that was sort of the idea behind the chorus. I mean, no one said JC120, I don't think, but we just thought it would be ridiculous to put a chorus in a tube amplifier. I'm not sure that's been done since maybe PV did it in the 80s. But
that is unusual to put it at the front of the circuit for sure, right?
I think so, yeah. And the reason we could do that is just Joel's so good at making pedals. You didn't really want to mess with the gain staging, because the gain staging in the actual Monarch amplifier is pretty specific. To kind of cobble chorus into that would have kind of affected some things. So.
Now, speaking of Joel, he puts like 4,000 dip switches on all his pedals. Did you have to fight with him to not put dip switches in the amp?
Pardon me, sorry. No, I didn't have to fight with Joel at all. It was actually an amazing experience.
I'm just joking. Joel's super cool. I mean, in terms of the chorus and everything, is it just the two knobs? That's it?
Yeah, it's just the two knobs. I mean, Joel sent me in advance of the hi-fi warped vinyl pedal, and I was like, yeah, this is cool. Could we get some, filtering here and there? And between us and Ryan, pretty soon we got it sounding kind of like the standard Ryan Adams chorus, I think.
Okay,
and,
so
but I actually would take pictures of the controls and send them to Joel. Like, yeah, this is like where the controls sound. We kind of gave him the range for where we wanted the chorus to be and everything.
Okay.
So.
Now, do you want to tell us a little bit more specifics about the amp? It's 6v6 driven, I think, right?
Yeah, two 6v6s. It's got a tube rectifier, a 5AR4, two 12AX7 preamp tubes. It's got spring reverb that is tube driven as well, just like our Monarch reverb combo. Identical, actually. And we, just for fun, we put a VU meter on it. And people always ask, what does it mean when the needle goes into the red? And it just means that you can just tell how loud the amp is, but instead of using your ears, it's kind of ridiculous.
It's monitoring the output, not the input signal?
Yeah, it's basically just tapped right off the speaker with just a circuit, so it doesn't affect anything, but yeah, it's just the output.
That's cool. Did Ryan request that, or was that just a fun little bonus?
That was totally Ryan's request. I was
Sweet.
Like, yeah, good idea, man.
And it's got a cat on there, of course.
Of course, yeah. It's gotta have the cat. Ryan says that looks like a combination of his cats, actually, which is pretty cool.
It's a combination of different cats, like the tail from...
Of his two cats, yeah.
Okay. Now, what about the speaker itself? You mentioned that a second ago. Was Ryan involved with like, hey, I prefer this type of speaker, or did you just kind of put what you usually feel works best with your amps, or?
Well, so Ryan's been playing our Chimera amplifier, which is loaded with G12H30s, and he was like, I want that in a combo.
Okay.
Like front loaded like a Fender, and yeah, I was just like, yeah, well, we'll use my favorite speaker and apparently your favorite speaker in this, which is a G12H30.
Cool. All right. So we've yacked a bunch. Can we dial in a couple different sounds and have Mason sort of demonstrate what it can do?
Oh, sure. I guess we should start with the boring stuff. So here's a clean tone. I'll step on the mod switch. And
Just try.
yeah. One of the features of the Monarch that this is more or less based on is that it does dirty clean pretty well. Pretty smooth transition to distortion. So, want to do some dirty clean kind of stuff?
I love the reverb, and it's only on 3. That's the way you do it.
Oh yeah. We can turn that all the way up if you want to hear some madness.
Mason, just whack it. I want to see how long.
Sorry.
Was it feeding back a little bit?
Yeah, I don't have too close.
No worries. All right, so the reverb sounds awesome. Do you want to show us how the tremolo sounds first?
Yeah, sure. So there's a switch on the back that will be in the production ones where you can actually turn it into tremolo, like switch between tremolo and chorus. So here's the tremolo.
Whoops, we were on chorus. Now it's on tremolo. Sounds awesome. I love that it goes super deep, and it goes really fast, but it's also really vibey. I mean, this sounds like an old amp, and I'm sure that was kind of what you guys were going for, of course. But
absolutely. We just wanted the tremolo to sound really good, have a lot of range. I kind of let Joel just go nuts with that because he's a tremolo master. Yeah. You flip the switch and it goes into a chorus.
Here's the chorus, guys. That sounded rad. That you mentioned, I think, the warped vinyl Chase Bliss pedal earlier, right? Is that sort of? I mean, that sounds kind of like something out of that, right?
Yeah, that was the starting point we kind of used. We tweaked some of the filtering in it to sound a little bit more to Ryan's taste. But yeah, that was the basis, and I used Joel because he's already a master of choruses.
It's a little bit Univibe-like, but also a little almost like Magnatone too, kind of.
Oh yeah, he did a really great job. We were kind of going for like a vintage CE2 vibe, but a little like more hi-fi, not quite as much harmonic distortion in the wet part of the signal. So,
do you want to tell people how much it goes for?
We're still working on that. I think it's going to go for around $3,500, which, yeah, it's an expensive amp to build. Yeah, but probably $35.
And this is going to be part of your line. It's not like a one-off or a limited edition series.
Ryan wants to make more of these than any amp that's ever existed.
And I think you said yesterday you were going to do like heads and stuff, or different, or at least like 212s or something like that, or maybe I'm just.
I mean, I haven't talked to Ryan about this yet, but I think it would be cool if we did like a stereo chorus thing at some point, just like 2 different power amps in the same amp.
Oh,
That'd be really fun.
sweet. All right. Well, do you want to tell people where to go online to find out more about the Sorcerer and all the other stuff that you guys do?
Oh yeah, so our website, bensonamps.com. You can follow our Instagram, which is just Benson Amps, and we're pretty active on there, so pretty good place to stay abreast of Benson news.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Mason. Thanks for joining us, guys. I'm Sean Hammond for PremierGuitar.com.